Good morning, everyone. Happy May 14th of 2018. It's going to be a gorgeous week, and I'm going to hop right to it. This is Mara's Monday Morning Messages, and lots coming in today of intensity. Of course, we seem to be attracting that, our community. So we're going to start with not really a crystal, but it's amber. It is a fossilized tree resin. I used to put it on my kids' necks for reducing inflammation in terms of teething and reducing pain. But this is what came in today for all of us. And amber is a really powerful healer. And very inexpensive. You can get it at any rock shop, and you can get the necklace as well if you like to. I believe it's more powerful when it's darker in terms of the power of it. So there's a strong connection with the sun and the earth, and it attunes to ancient wisdom. It is attuned to ancient wisdom, and so it helps us to clear familial patterning and patterns, and it's a natural purifier. It literally pulls inflammation and disease out of our bodies, dis-ease, right? So, and it helps to absorb any kind of negative and stagnant energies and transform them into clear and positive energy. So you'll see that's a big theme today is our shadow selves, this dark energy that we all have inside of us, these dark sides of ourselves that are challenging to take a look at. So the amber is really going to serve us in nurturing us, and as we are being brought to some of these darker parts of ourselves, we're getting help in extracting it and then transmuting it. So get yourself some amber. Love it. All right, our oil of the day is eucalyptus. Okay, so eucalyptus is the oil of wellness. It is strong. It's a very strong smell. I'm putting it on my wrists. I'm not being called at all to bring it to my throat or my heart or my crown chakra or my third eye. However, live free or die. Put it wherever you want. So, wherever you're drawn to putting these oils is where it's serving your soul and your system and your growth the best. So please put it wherever you feel drawn to do it, and know that that's totally serving you. So eucalyptus, the message behind eucalyptus is you have whatever you need for your own growth. Right now, you have it. So it supports our inner strength, it supports our resiliency, our belief in ourselves, and our own confidence. You have, and I have, what it takes and what is needed in order for our own growth. On this planet, at this time, you have it all inside of you. So this is just a constant reminder of that. And so we also get supported by this oil when we kind of flip to the dark side and we go into blame and judgment, shame, judgment of ourselves, judgment of others. And so it really encourages more coming back to self-responsibility, going deeper into why we're even feeling this way. And our cards today are all about that. They're all about that. So when we go deeper into our shadow and we're really told about these dark places by what we are judging, so that is such a clear indication that we have these deep feelings coming up and deep needs and wants that are not being satisfied. When we start blaming and judging and putting our own stuff onto other people, projecting. And just having more awareness around that is so huge. And this eucalyptus is really going to help us. to do that, and to remind ourselves, no, 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 come back to center, come back to you. Um, and also to not be afraid to go into those shadow places, because it's all informational and communication coming from our soul. Okay, first card of the day. So this is diving for light. I love this image of diving down, and literally sometimes it feels like a free fall, right? As you're diving in to the dark side of ourselves. So it's looking for the dark. Looking for the light within our dark. And that's really an advanced task for sure. So realize that as souls, anyone who's on this call, anyone who will listen to it later on, we're all seekers, and we're all really on this road of trying to better ourselves, and really feel that and have compassion and love for yourself. I send that out to all of you every day. It's so important to start with loving yourself and knowing that even when things we start to judge or we're blaming others, having this awareness coming back to ourselves, that's our path, and we are all doing it. No one is not doing that. No one is not screwing up or not having those feelings that are kind of these lower energies. But as we practice all of this, it gets less and less and less. And that's what's like so exciting, is you become really highly attuned and aware, like, oh, wow, I just really judged that person in yourself, even if it's all happening internally. And then you can really come to and ask yourself, like, where's that coming from? What's being triggered in me? Because that's where the growth happens. So this is, your soul has chosen all of this, and with the intention to grow in your own power and wisdom and creativity. And so, this time period on our planet, and especially over these last couple of weeks, and really, and even from April on, we've been called into the darkness a little more. And this month of May is an intense month. Supposedly June is going to lighten up. So anyway, no, it's all good, like I said. But so we're being called into this darkness through our life circumstances, certainly our relationships, our inner struggles, our creative blocks, those sticky, stuck, jagged edges and areas. When we're feeling lost or feeling some fear or anxiety, or again, when we start to judge others or project our own insecurities out onto the world and start blaming others for how we're feeling, that is like red flag going up, huge red flag. And so this is a powerful and a very vulnerable time for all of us. So you can feel that power surging. You know that you can shift back, but it also feels really vulnerable, because it's like, I don't want to judge that person, or it feels so yucky to be judging someone, and then you have to shift. You have to take yourself out of that and shift back. So practice staying in your heart and staying compassionate. Don't get hung up on also trying to heal the dark. Darkness just is. You're off the hook. I'm off the hook. There's no healing it. It's just becoming aware of it. It's shining some light on it, and then being able to move past it. But it's there. It's there. And but when we keep suppressing it, repressing it, that's when it starts to come out as anger, lashing out, and really having all kinds of negative things come into your world and your life, is really a reflection of your inner world. When you have all of this outside confirmation, it's always confirmation. So if you have a lot of chaos, challenge, drama coming at you, it's a reflection of the inside, and it's time to go in. Whew, I didn't even breathe during that. Okay, next card, Maiden Magu. So this card is all about, she's the goddess of spring, healing, and transformation. And this is another take on this exact same theme. We are being asked to honor the light that has come from the darkness. So the challenge is to trust that we're going to rise again out of these places of feeling uncomfortable and feeling stuck and feeling lonely and feeling angry and feeling put upon by our circumstances, by certain relationships. So even after the dark, we are, as we're working on this shadow, the shadow precedes rebirth every single time. So if you're going through transformation, chaos, uncertainty, all these changes in your life, this oracle is here to remind you that order and light is going to emerge very soon. And so just keep having faith and keep on the journey and keep tuning in to this. Keep getting reminders and seeing the reminders all around you. There's confirmation every single day all around us that we're on the right path. So see those, feel those, and many times it really just starts with gratitude. Gratitude, you've heard that. We've talked about that. So that's a great place to start when you're feeling a lot of those dark energies. Okay, so it's easier to perceive the effects of the shadow that many of us are being called into when you realize that you're judging. It's a huge red flag, like I've already said. So just be aware of that. When you're walking down the street and you see someone, what happens? Do you see another woman? Do you see sister? Do you see a man and think brother? Or do you think comparison, judgment? Why are they wearing that? Whatever it is, be very, very clued into that and aware, because that is going to show you where you're feeling your own insecurities. That's what it's reflecting. So, these are these parts of us that are coming up that want to be integrated, want to be loved and expressed. So when we notice our judgments of others, it's the quickest way to get in touch with these parts of us that are not integrated, and we get to then have this amazing opportunity to integrate them. And again, have that amber close. You can put it in your pocket. I'm going to wear it in my pocket, I think, all week. And then have your eucalyptus with you as well. As these things will help to keep bringing up and out those negatives, and will keep bringing you to that inner light that we all have in us. Okay. It also indicates a part of us that's trying to grow. So that's another way of thinking of it. And okay. So an example, I love having examples. So example is, if you judge someone, let's say there's someone in your world right now who is a little bit self-centered, seeming like all they care about is themselves, and you're really triggered by that, or, and it's very easy many times it's so obvious in their behaviors of what's going on for you to say, like, they're so self-centered, they're not thinking about anybody else. But I wonder if that's, again, drawing us to a place in ourselves where we're not feeling that we're being seen, where maybe we're putting ourselves first all the time and we're sick of it. It's not serving us to always put ourselves last. So maybe by watching someone else and being triggered by someone else seemingly being self-centered, it's drawing us into that part of us that feels unseen and unloved. So you see how you can shift that so easily. Or not so easily, but just become aware of it, and then be like, wow, thank you to that person for then shining some light, or helping me to shine light on that part of me. And now how can I start to put myself first in some circumstances, right? And realize, wow, that's really serving everyone when I do that. So, Okay, our next card is the whale. And, this Stephen Farmer is like whoosh, to the point. I love it. So honor your soul's purpose. You are strongly being pulled to move on your path. Pay close attention to these signs and subtleties that are happening all around you, not others' opinions, but yours. So again, and this is all that we've already talked about this morning, and especially being pulled into this dark and then helping to see the light through it. This is all our soul's path, is how you get there. So this is just confirmation. Yep, keep doing that. Every experience has shaped you and brought you to this point. And it's time to go deeper and really align with your soul's purpose. And how you do that is by shining light on these deeper places of ourselves. It takes courage and strength, and you have it. And Eucalyptus is reminding you, you have it. You have everything that you need. Everything. You've already got it. Okay, the final card, which is, my inquiry cards that I just love so much. So as you're sitting and maybe contemplating this message and maybe listening to it again, or just being like, wow, that was a lot, or I don't really know how to do this, what she's talking about. So when I ask these cards, what is our easiest, most effective, efficient way through this whole process that I've been talking about? The card that came up is, what am I feeling? So at all times, if we can keep connecting back into our bodies and what we are feeling, we will be given the answers. We'll know immediately. And sometimes literally just by putting your hand on your heart just for a moment and breathing into that will help you make whatever decision you need to make. So keep checking in with yourself. And maybe there's a different part of your body that you want to put your hand on. Whatever works for you, if you know what I mean. Anything. Just put a hand, a healing hand, a loving hand on your body. For some people, it's the gut. For some people, it's maybe your legs, heart, holding your other hand, etc. And this will really help you to connect back in with your source. So there you go. Have an awesome, awesome week, a beautiful, light-filled week. And know that we are all doing this together. And it is amazing how when many are on the same path, tap into that energy, know that you're being held by all of us. And I got to experience that in this beautiful Kundalini yoga class that was taught by a dear friend here in New Hampshire, and Jen. And it was a very intense class. And by being in the class with another person who was practicing, we held each other, and I could feel it, that being held in our journey moving forward. And when it was really hard and tough, and I was like, I can't do this in my head. I can't do this anymore. I heard her breath, and I heard her doing it. And I was like, all right, I got to keep going. So when you're feeling like I can't keep rubbing up against these jagged edges, you are held by our community and by your larger community. So anyway, holding all of you, holding myself in this divine, amazing journey that we're all on. Sending lots of love and light. Namaste to all of you. Thanks so much for being here.